Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, Robert Ortiz? Yo, how's everyone doing? How is everybody doing? What's up, guys? Like the stream, like the stream, like the stream. Follow the channel. You want more live streams. Yo, what's up, guys? Yo, what's up? What's up, SGC Rage? Yo, how you guys doing? Sheesh. Let me make sure I'm live everywhere. So you can watch this video if you're on YouTube. What up, boys? Need a Fliff straight bet. Yo, what's up, guys? If you're watching on YouTube, you can also watch on Twitch. Twitch has a little bit less of a delay, which is kind of nice. But anyways, what book do we want to look at, man? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? What's up, guys? Saw your dumbbell set. Is that your gym? Nah, I typically go to the gym. Can you do the sleeper promo? So maybe let's start out on sleeper. They got a promo. A lot of these games are entering halftime. Maybe we'll do some live betting. But let's check out sleeper. So they had a promo on Porzingis. Porzingis got scratched. He's not playing, so it looks like they replaced it with Hallie, discounting him to 16.5 points. So let's see what we can find to pair. You know, again, these promos, nothing crazy, but, you know, these promos are the easiest money we're going to make sports betting. So what do we want to pair, man? Yo, should we fade Christian Braun first quarter points? Sometimes the values in, you know, kind of weird niche markets. So here we have Christian Braun. Where is first quarter points, bro? Under 4.5 first quarter points. So you can see Sleeper has it listed as a 1.72x payout. So on Sleeper, they put their odds in decimal format. So 1.72, you know, just means betting 100 to win 72. So that's the same as minus 138 odds. That is shown on OddsJam. But anyways, I'm going to hit this shit. Do you rollerblade to the gym? Bro, I've never rollerbladed. I don't think I've ever rollerbladed in my life. I used to skate. I haven't skated in a long time, but I thought it was fun. Did they already remove that? No, they didn't. So anyways, what I was going to say is, what we can do is put something together for the, oh shit. Yo, so I'm going to take Missy, no double-double. So this is what I'm going to run for the sleeper. They have a 20% payout boost. You know, again, these promos are kind of the easiest money we'll make sports betting. So I like to take advantage of them. So that's what I got in for the sleeper boost. Check out Onyek. Check out Okongwu over 1.5 blocks on Novig. Yo, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Does DraftKings have home run value? Can you check, please? Yeah, we can look at DraftKings. We can look at whatever sportsbooks you guys want, man. Whatever sportsbooks you guys want. Just let me know in the chat, you know, what book you guys want to look at, dude. I don't know what is going on. There are a lot of line discrepancies right now on BetMGM and FanDuel. Again, BetMGM it's a super soft book. Really exploitable, but the issue is, you know, live in-game, typically I get pretty good betting limits. I can get down like $100. Pre-match, kind of bullshit. But regardless, I like looking at this ARB tool. It takes just, you know, 2 seconds to lock in this play. Obviously, they didn't let me bet a lot on it, but it's a crossed market, so MGM is crossed with FanDuel. So MGM gave me like $15. I could ARB this with FanDuel, arbitrage bet it, make $1 in risk-free profit. But I'm just going to run the MGM side. I mean, you can see most of these other books have this priced around plus 160. And again, whenever two books have, you know, such different odds, you could bet equal and opposite outcomes. You could take the Pels on one book, bucks on another book, FanDuel, MGM in this case. Like, we know one of these bets has to be profitable, and in this case, it seems like MGM is the side with value. So a lot of times I like to, camp on this arbitrage tool, and sometimes I can just find plus EV bets right from there. But anyways, man, what were we talking about? What were we talking about? Oh, shit, dude. Ooh, shit. So, sometimes, FanDuel DraftKings get super out of sync live. So let's see how much DraftKings takes on this. So DraftKings is only going to take 47.39. You can see right here. That's what they limited me to. So DraftKings and FanDuel are so out of sync. This is second period puck line. We're already in the first period intermission. So basically what I can do is just lock in a risk-free dollar in profit, right? Just place these bets. DraftKings limited me to 47.39. So I put that into the ARB tool. It tells me, hey, bet 62.95 on FanDuel, which is exactly what I did, and just make $1 in profit. Obviously, not super glamorous, but it's free fucking money. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, man. But what was I talking about, man? What were we talking about? Yo, I want to get into some live Underdog here in a second. But, I mean, here's another one, right? This is a pretty juicy opportunity. I mean, you can see BetMGM already dropped the odds to plus 120. They're going to tell me, hey, you can only get 114.67. So now the odds are down to plus 120. But let's see if I can get this locked in. 114.67. And they take the bet. Place my hedge bet on DraftKings. And again, MGM is the much softer book, appears to be the side with value. So I could just ARB this for 546. I also could have just run the MGM side straight up. But anyways, man, let's see if we can do some underdog plays, some PrizePicks plays. We obviously got we still got, baseball and shit like that starting tonight. So let's see what we can do. Oh, baby. So the first play I'm going to go with, in my underdog slip, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Let me reload this. Can you do better? Do you use Hard Rock? Yes, I do. But anyways, let me build an underdog slip. So I'm going to try to do an underdog slip. Underdog Fantasy, I already did a streak in the previous live stream. But you can see Bruce Brown. This is right off the positive EV tool on OddsJam. It just kind of, compares the lines on Underdog to sportsbooks. On Underdog, do you notice profit exchanges have insider info? What are we talking about? Can we hit an Underdog live 3-leg? Anyway, so the first play I'm going with on Underdog Fantasy, Bruce Brown under 13.5 points. Where does PrizePicks have Bruce Brown's line? Dude, they got Bruce Brown up. So PrizePicks, has him a full point lower at 12.5, which obviously makes us feel pretty good about getting under. But what I wanted to do, shit, man, let's finish this underdog play. So we got Bruce Brown under 13.5 points. Dude, there's got to be some underdog live value. What are you talking about? Why don't I see anything? Games are in halftime. There's supposed to be some value. Maybe underdog, because we've been crushing them on these live bets that we've been doing on these streams. We got 3 games at halftime. Dude, you don't got anything for me? So maybe there's no value live, but that's okay. What I'll do is on Underdog, I did a 6-pick entry in the previous stream. The issue with 6-pick entries is sometimes they bump these lines fast. Oh, shit, man. Damn. Oh my God, Underdog is kind of popping right now. Dude, my allergies in Virginia are horrible. I gotta remember to take Claritin every day. Anyways, I'm just fucking talking. So let's see what we can do, okay? Sheesh, man. Whoa. So on this optimizer that points out line discrepancies, Usually I set minimum number of data points to, 2. I want to see 2 points of confirming evidence telling me, hey, Underdog's fucking up a line. So if you look at this dude, his name is Somebody. PrizePicks, kind of all the other books have his line at 13. I swear, I'm not high as a kite right now. This is my allergies. Dude, this is brutal. But there's a lot of esports value available right now. So let's see what we can do. So I got 2 picks so far. Somebody, PrizePicks, has his line at 13. These esports markets are super inefficient. A lot of opportunity. Damn, man. But let's see if we can finish the slip. Final play is going to be Tyus Jones. They added this multiplier. So they are reducing the payout. So I don't actually want to play that. Long story short, we got to find one more pick. Prince under in PRs. What do we like? What's our favorite play? Brunson under in PRAs. Dude, Brunson has been pretty disappointing. Damn, dude, they added a fucking multiplier on that too. So here's going to be the official play. I'm going to get rid of Brunson. My bad. And under 28.5 here. So, I don't really care what I'm betting on. I'm going to run this as a straight up play, 6x payout. Let me check again, see if there's any live value. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, So Chris Murray, under 4.5 rebounds live. You can see sharp books like Bet Online. Whoa. Oh, shit. Yo, I'm actually going to get in a 5-man. 5-pick entry. And never mind. They already bumped one of the esports plays. So now they bumped both of the esports plays. So we're back to a 3-pick power play. But hey, it's all NBA. 3-pick power play, all NBA plays. Okongwu over 1.5 blocks. Just jumped to plus 190 on Novig. We should play that. It's a lock. At Charlie, is that the same shirt you ran 4 miles in yesterday? Yo, anyways, get this shit locked in. Live value is kind of popping. And it seems like people got it. Shit. What? Damn it, dude. They're telling me because I already used Castle and a slip, I'm not going to be able to use them again. They're such bitches. Damn. So I'm not going to be able to take Castle rebounds, but it's like, that's fine. I'll just replace it with Prince. I mean, hopefully you guys got the other one locked in. Yo. So I'm going to replace it with Jalen Green under 3.5 assists. So this is going to be my 3-man. Only one of these picks is live. I guess on Underdog, they're pulling some bullshit. So they limit me to a max of $25. 6x payout. Can we do some DraftKings? Yo, people want to do DraftKings? Let's see what we got. Sheesh, man. It's fucking killing me. This is killing me, man. So here, this would be a great DraftKings live bet. Filipowski under... Sheesh. Filipowski under 13.5 rebounds. This is live. Live. So, DraftKings limited me to only $19.48. Kind of bullshit. So, I have 2 options here. Damn, dude, my allergies are killing me. So, I got 2 options here, right? It seems like DraftKings is the side with value, but you can see FanDuel has the overall, the way, it looks like they locked it anyways. But FanDuel is crossed, right? So you could just arb that and make a couple dollars in risk-free profit if you wanted to. Damn, man. It's brutal. But anyways, we'll look for some DraftKings pre-match bets as well. So, let's see what we got. Sheesh. Go Cox. DraftKings Live. Yo, I see you guys. Let's see if there's anything DraftKings pre-match. We got a couple more NBA games tonight, so let's see if there's any pre-match value that we fall in love with. Dude, my fucking allergies, bro. Sheesh. Yo. Yo. Anyways, let's see what we got, okay? Let's see what we got on DraftKings. So, here's a play on DraftKings. Dude, I got way too many tabs open. Thompson under 22.5 PRs, right? You got to be price conscious as a sports bettor. Again, DraftKings on some bullshit. They're only going to give me $12.58 on this play. You know, DraftKings is one of my best books all time. Most of the profit came from just risk-free arbitrage betting, but whatever. So at this point, my bet sizes are cut down a little bit, but I do think this is really solid value. I mean, you can see here, DraftKings, you know, if you want to think about this from a data-driven perspective, DraftKings is the only book with Thompson's over-favored, right? They have his over-favored, they have his over-juiced. All these other sports books, every other data point you have in the market, you know, Bovada, it's a locked market. You can get his over at plus 105 on Bovada or his under at minus 105 on DraftKings. So one of those two bets has to be profitable, and long story short, seems like that's the side with value. Let's put in FanDuel, PrizePicks. I don't know, man. We got a lot of books we can look at tonight. Oh, shit. Yo, can you do a Fliff live bet? Yo, let me look at Fliff. Fliff is hard for live betting. I feel like they just lock a lot of their markets. What do we think about the Pacers tonight, though, boys? What do we think about the Pacers tonight? If we wanted to do a Fliff play, I mean, Pacers is the play with value. Yo, what do we think about, what do we think, man? Damn, bro, these fucking allergies. Let's do a Fliff play. So Fliff is a sweepstakes book, this book right here. And what's nice about Fliff is, you know, it's legal in every state. That's a main pro of it. But let's see what we can do. Usually their offers are complete trash, so I don't even bother looking at them. Sometimes they'll have like a random no-brainer, but in general, they're pretty trash. Damn, dude, these allergies are killing me. Oh, shit. So what are our favorite plays? Okay, I'm running Pacers money line. Dude, let's just go balls to the wall. Warriors need a win tonight. Again, sometimes these alt spreads are the ones with the best value. On Fliff, they only give you a max, you know, parlay payout. Bruh. You're killing me. So they already bumped down. I mean, they noticed, hey, we're offering ridiculous value on this play on the Warriors, so they bumped it down a little bit, which is some bullshit. So, this line, anyways, let me just lock in the slip. So, again, you can have a max payout of $5,000. So, anyways, this is what I'm running. Again, on Fliff, there's Fliff coins, this shit, fake money. I mean, you can get some experience points and stuff like that with Fliff coins, but in general, you want to be using Fliff cash, that shit. Fliff cash is real money. Yo. So, I don't know, man. What book do we want to look at? A lot of opportunity in the market, man. Let's see if there's anything else that's live on DraftKings that seems decent. Nothing super crazy. So maybe let's do a PrizePicks slip. I don't know. Again, let me know in the chat. I checked the chat. every once in a while. So if there's specific books you want to see, just, you know, drop them. Drop them, drop them, drop them. But what was I going to say? Damn. Sheesh, man. So, when I'm live betting, whether it's Underdog, whether I'm arbing, I mean, whatever. What you really want to do, is you want to bet on games at stoppage, right? You want like timeout breaks, halftime. Again, like if you're trying to bet when the players are literally running up and down the court, in my opinion, it's just like way too hard. So, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Dude, we got a lot of plays on. Bro, what? Okay, what do we got? Okay, so I'm going to do a PrizePicks play. I'm also going to try to do some of these promos. I definitely should. So they have a 50% profit boost for, I mean, 50% is a shit ton, right? Like, I mean, basically whatever you bet is probably going to be plus EV. So typically what I like to do is, again, I like to wait till the end of an inning. A lot of these books, like, you know, if you're trying to bet in the middle of pitches, it's just too hard to do. But we'll get something on here. But what I wanted to do as well is find something to use for the 30% NBA profit boost. So again, usually what I try to do is just like, okay, maybe let's like find a play with value. I mean, Nemhard, over 3.5 rebounds, 30%'s a lot. FanDuel's going to take it up to plus 193 odds. So we can throw, fuck it, $10 on it. That's the max you can bet on this promo. So we're getting this now at plus 193 when no other book's even offering, what, above plus 135. If you wanted to, right? I mean, when I started sports betting, I didn't really want to take any risk whatsoever. So what I'd do is I would just like hedge these, you know, like bet MGM. So we're getting this at plus 193 after the boost. Plus 148, you add 50%, you know, whatever. Plus 193, you could just hedge it against BetMGM. Again, it's only a $10 max bet size promo. I could arbit, take the under on BetMGM for $17.34 and just make $1 risk-free profit, but like that's really boring. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to ride it out. So what I wanted to do now is we are at the end or the midpoint of the first inning is just see, okay, like, is there any decent shit we want to run live here on, like, where is FanDuel offering the best price? So the over 12.5 runs, alternate runs, where is this alternate total runs? Over 12.5 at plus 225. Again, we're getting a 50% boost. So this is going up to plus 338. So this is what I'm running for my FanDuel, you know, profit boost thing. Again, you know, sport trade. I mean, granted, this book is only in Virginia, but I could arbit if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna ride it out. You know, I'm just gonna run it straight up. So that's what we got going on. So now I did the FanDuel promos. Let's see if there's anything on PrizePicks. Anything on PrizePicks? Sheesh, man. Anything on PrizePicks? What do you guys got for me? So again, like, we never really know, you know, which of these books is going to have the best opportunity on a given day, where the value is going to be. So I always kind of just like bounce around from book to book. Again, ideally you use a bunch of these sports books and have a bunch of books in your state. So we did the FanDuel live play. So we're at a timeout break. In the Hawks game, so like here, I mean, we got Trey 12 plus assists live on DraftKings, right? It's a crossed market with FanDuel. So I'm just going to hit this as a live bet. This is Trey Young, over 11.5 assists. That's the same as 12 plus assists. I mean, right? DraftKings had this at plus 175. It looks like they already ripped it down. This just kind of shows you like how quickly things can move. So I could go over to FanDuel again and hedge out a part of my risk, Arbit, to guarantee a profit because DraftKings and FanDuel are so out of sync. But DraftKings was a side with value, so I also could have just kind of run that straight up. Sheesh. But what was I going to say? Let's do a PrizePicks play. Dabble. Do you want to do dabble? Any PrizePicks NBA value? So let's take a look at PrizePicks. Let's take a look at PrizePicks before these games start. I haven't had a lot of success live betting on PrizePicks. Usually, like, everything is locked. But let's give it a shot. With pre-match and see if we can get something in on PrizePicks. Yeah, we gotta get something in, okay? Let's see what we got. So this play, I mean, we went through it on the previous stream, but we have Thompson under 12.5 RAs. You can see all the books have his under heavily favored. Again, PrizePicks, another fixed payout sports book, so you take his over, under. You're gonna get the same payout regardless. And his RA line, I mean, I said this on the previous live stream too, but like if you sum his rebounds and assists, it comes out to 12. I don't know why PrizePicks has 12.5 here, but this is solid. And then what we got to do is find some other plays that we can pair in. Oh, shit. Let's see what we can do. And now they bumped it. So, speak of the devil. You're killing me, PrizePicks. Speak of the devil, PrizePicks already fucking bumped it. So, let's see what else we can find, okay? Okay, let's see what we can do. So I've said this before, but like when you're betting on esports, League of Legends, granted, if you haven't used the PrizePicks NBA boost, I apologize. Because that's probably what you were hoping for. But long story short, players on opposing teams. So these two plays, you can see PrizePicks even adds in a payout shift already for a two-man. They're reducing it from 3x to 2.75x. These plays are positively correlated. But anyways, let's see what we can do. So these two plays are positively correlated. Both have value. PrizePicks is, starting to drop esports lines for tomorrow. I'm going to run Aaron Gordon, and then I'm going to run the CS2 play. So you'll see PrizePicks, they always give us a 10x payout on 4-pick power plays. So they're giving us what they always give us, no payout shift. But if you try to run, a 5-pick flex play, there's actually no payout shift. So these two plays are positively correlated, right? But you'll notice if I try to throw in like, cream, well, maybe not. Maybe PrizePicks is just being stupid today. Yeah, now you can see. If I try to throw in another positively correlated pick with value, PrizePicks is going to, they usually give us a 10x. They're going to reduce that to 5x, so it's like, well, fuck that shit. Like, we're not doing that. So, these fucking bastards. Should we run this as a 4-pick power play, or should we try to get one more play in? Let's see. Honestly, I'm just going to run this as a 4-man. So we got two positively correlated league plays. And then I got Aaron Gordon over, and we got CS2, right? So 2 positively correlate. Can someone put the link in the chat, please, please, please? Can someone put the link in the chat? Positive correlation, both line discrepancies off the little Odds Jam Fantasy Optimizer. And then we just have some, you know, obviously a lot of these NBA games, most of these MLB games are already over for today. What just happened? What just happened? Did they just bump that play as I was getting it in? Anyways, people are putting the link in the chat. So let me share this link on YouTube. Shit, man, my eyes are watering like a bitch. Where's my beer? And never mind. Fuck, dude. So unfortunately, they bumped the Aaron Gordon play on me, literally as I was submitting it. So they bumped the Aaron Gordon play. So what I gotta do now is I gotta find one replacement play because they fucking bumped Aaron Gordon on us. So I'm kind of curious how clever we can get here. So again, if I try to correlate more League of Legends, throw in a player on the same team, they just add in like an absolutely brutal payout shift. So it's like, fuck you guys, I'm not gonna take that trash. I'm not gonna take that trash. So let's just find a replacement play real quick. Shit, man. And again, if you already got it locked in, if you front ran me because you placed the bet before I was able to bet it, good for you. I don't know, dude. What do we think about Draymond points for tonight? I kind of like this. I mean, if you look at any sports book, all the books have Draymond's over in points heavily favored. So I'll just replace it with Draymond. So I'm just replacing the Aaron Gordon play. So if someone wants to put the link in the chat for this one, if you missed the previous one. Ayo. So let's see what we got. So if I go to PrizePicks, you know, you can see Draymond here. It's like FanDuel, every sports book, every betting exchange. A lot of these books only have one-way markets here. But, oh shit, I'm zoomed in. Yo, they all have Draymond's over heavily, heavily favored. So that's cool. I'm a whiz with the calculators, man. But let's see what else we got. Let's see what we can do. Damn. Yo, so what's going on in the Spurs game? Oh, shit. So we're out of timeout break. Again, timeout breaks mean good time for live betting. What's going on in this game? We're out of timeout break. So you can kind of see here, like quite the discrepancy. You know, these books can barely set their lines pre-match. Granted, FanDuel, you can see they're telling me already, hey, we're only going to let you bet $73 on this under. But long story short, again, I'm on a max limited DraftKings account. You know, just arb this, lock in a little risk-free profit of FanDuel gave me 73 on the under. So this is just 269 in profit. Obviously, I wish I could bet more. Some people will say, yo, get an account for your girlfriend. It's like, I try to do everything and have all my content be just my original accounts, no P2s, no bullshit like that. But anyways, it also would have been a nice arb to prop builder, bet online, stuff like that. Yo. So, Celtics game is out of timeout. They're up 32. Fucking embarrassing. Dude, that's my team. Season is ending, and they're just going out on a horrible stretch. So usually when you're arbing, my recommendation is just like take the plus EV side first. Again, live betting, everything just moves faster. So you can see DraftKings just took that down from plus 120 to plus 100. It's obviously annoying, but that's just kind of the state of the world. But let's see what we can do, okay? Were there any other promos I wanted to do? I don't know. What book do you guys want to look at? Should we rip some Underdog live? What is a P2? It means like if you get limited on a soft book like DraftKings, all P2 means. You'll see it on the internet a lot. I'm not doing it. This is my Alex Monahan, DraftKings account. But like a lot of people when they get limited will just, get creative about it. Teach their girlfriend how to bet on sports. Wink, wink. But anyways. Sheesh. Is Sport Zeno available where you live? Yes, it is. I do have Sport Zeno. Damn, dude, they are just getting clobbered. They are just getting clobbered. So, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so we got a PrizePicks play locked in. Draymond, damn, they already bumped Draymond from 9.5 to 10. And then here were the 3 previous picks. But what I wanted to do... Oh, shit, man. Holy shit. Damn, dude. I need a fucking beer. Anyways, what was I going to say? Let's see what we can do. On FanDuel. Maybe let's do a little FanDuel late night parlay. I actually think now I have a little bit of a sweat going. I don't remember if this was from the stream or if I gave it out in Discord. Angels cashed plus 430. Senators cashed plus EV pick. This dude has 2 shots. We're at intermission, so he needs 1 more shot. And then it's down to fucking Nemhard rebounds. You can join the Discord. If you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description. The Seva Discord, Sharp EV, Arbitrage Discord. Sometimes if I'm too tired to stream, I'll give out plays in there. But anyways, the question is, can we get another good parlay in? Yo, dude, I have not seen a lot of value for the Houston game tomorrow. Although, who are we betting on, man? Houston or Florida? Yo. Sorry, I'm easily distracted. Dude, this game is projected. Shit, man. I don't know. Florida's favored. Florida's favored. I mean, this is what's nice about these peer-to-peer betting exchanges. Dude, look at my eyes. This is brutal. But what I was going to say, this is what's crazy about these betting exchanges is, I mean, dude, you can bet, well over $1,000 on Houston. Like, they never limit you at plus 104. There's only $50 in liquidity at plus 105. And then on Florida at minus 106. No VIG, there's no fees, nothing like that. I mean, dude, you could bet $3,000 on Florida at minus 106. They're peer-to-peer betting sites. So for major games, they have super low juice, super low VIG. Underdog, Draymond bumped, rebet, and Underdog. Regardless, obviously, like 1 cent of juice is crazy. I mean, even like these offshore books that have pretty tight markets are charging 20 cents of juice. Who the fuck do we bet on, dude? Florida? Do we like Florida? I see Scholastic likes Florida. Florida, Houston. I feel like Duke was the best team in the tournament. You beat Duke. Florida, I mean, they skated by Auburn. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's see if we can do a fucking crazy FanDuel parlay. Why not? Nope, not taking this. Honestly, it may not be a crazy FanDuel parlay, but we can do a FanDuel parlay. I'm a little surprised there's just not much shit available right now. Again, usually there's some good value when these books first start to drop lines. So a lot of times, like if I make even, $20, when I started sports betting, I take the money, the risk-free profit I made from Arbitrage, and I would play some crazy parlays. And that's how I became a degenerate sports bettor. I need this motherfucker to get one more shot on goal. Man, the Wizards suck, dude. How do you give up 100 points in 3 quarters? How are you that ass? What are we doing, man? Dude, Sabonis is just the king of offensive fouls. But anyways, what was I talking about? I'm just fucking talking to talk. So we're at a timeout break. In 2 of these games, the Wizards game, no, maybe 3. So this game, it looks like, is about to come out of stoppage. So it's not even worth looking at. The Spurs game, yep. But a lot of times at the end of quarter breaks, shit like that, I'll try to check and see if there's any, or timeout official review. I mean, again, this isn't a great ARB. It looks like there's a little bit of value on the Suns' first half spread on FanDuel. So I'm just, again, whenever a market is crossed, I'll throw 100 on this. So this is live FanDuel EV. Suns plus 2.5. Anyways, what was I saying? You can see, and anyways, now the lines are already moving because the game restarted. So that may have been a shitty bet, but whatever. Whatever, man. May have been a shitty bet. So I don't know. I got to make a decision. Florida, Houston. 2 cents of juice, like you're barely even paying the market maker spread. You're barely even paying juice on these betting exchanges, especially Novig. Like ProphetX charges a 3% fee. Novig, they don't do shit. So there's a lot of liquidity right now. Again, DraftKings, I always get pretty random bet sizes. Usually like the 15 plus, not the over-unders, but like the 15 plus. They actually give me decent betting limits. So on Aaron Gordon's over, this is a max limited DraftKings account. You can't get your account any more nuked than I have. And it doesn't matter how the fuck you make money. If you go up 100 grand on a sports book, there's a chance they're going to limit you. But what I was going to say is you can see on Novig, there's a ton of liquidity. There's 5 grand. If you look at the top right corner of my phone, there's 5 grand in liquidity being offered on Aaron Gordon's under. That's a lot of liquidity. So what I can do is I can just ARB this. Again, sometimes my verification gets fucked up. Oh, shit, man. So, again, $5 free. Second the Pacers game ends, I'm up $5. DraftKings gave me 181.24. Otherwise, I obviously would have bet more. So if Gordon goes over 14.5, only one of these can win. He's going to go over or he's going to go under. And this is DraftKings, and then this is Novig. So on Novig, I bet his under 14.5 for 120.09. So obviously, if he goes under, or sorry, over I lose. If he goes under, I win 120.09 times 1.55. I bet this at plus 155 odds. Yo. And on DraftKings, what did they give me again? 181.24. So this is really just, I love doing it. You're just day trading the sports books. So if he goes under, I make $5. Minus 145 if he goes over, or under, I just make $5 in profit that I get back the second the game ends. And no vig, again, is a peer-to-peer betting exchange, so you'll never get limited, nothing like that. But anyways, man. Whew. Let's see what we can do. Shit, dog. So, oh, fuck, we were building a FanDuel parlay. No. How did I forget? We were building a FanDuel parlay. Kind of lame, dude. I like when games start later. I mean, it's kind of bullshit, but... let's see. Honestly, there's not a ton on FanDuel right now. Obviously, I'm never going to force a bet if I don't think there's good value. And there's just not a ton of value. I mean, maybe a little bit of value on these alt lines, you know, these early lines being posted for tomorrow, but not a ton. So let's put in DraftKings. And let's see what we got. Anything that strikes our eye. Yo. Kuminga under in points. So here you can see DraftKings and FanDuel are locked. You can get his over at plus 100. You can also get his under at plus 100. So like if you bet him, and they already moved it to minus 110. Fuck! Yo. Bros ignoring Twitch. Yo, I read your message right away. Line up. Rebet and Underdog. Can you do rebet, boss? Houston is plus 110 on Hard Rock. Yo, what? I don't know, dude. I got to figure out something to fucking nuke for tomorrow. I got to figure out something to nuke. Dude, I feel like I'm leaning Houston. And I feel like plus 110 is beautiful. Again, that's a massive arb to no vig. Shit, man. Am I just going to unload on Houston? Maybe. But let's see if anything strikes our eye for these night games. Again, these weird niche markets like SHL, I'm not going to bet on. Can you do an Underdog live slip? Yo, what's up, Jackson? So let's see what we can do, okay? Someone wanted Underdog live. Again, we need games and stoppage. What the fuck is going on here? Harrison Barnes on DraftKings live plus 300 to go over 1.5 threes. That is a massive arb to bet online. I'm not sure what. So we're at an official review. He only has 1 3. Can he make 1 3 in the fourth quarter? I mean, dude, plus 300 seems. And now it's gone. The odds of this bet have changed. So again, live betting, there is like a speed component that's a little beat. But anyways, let's see if we can do an Underdog live slip. I saw some people asking about Underdog live. So let's see what we can do. Live on Underdog. Oh, shit. They have a PGA 40% profit boost. I assume I already missed that. Yo. Bridges over 2.5 assists. Yo, what are we doing, man? And it's already refreshing. This is a problem when you're live betting. Like, you know, they already added a multiplier on it. These games, like Underdog usually has the board locked when these players are, you know, running up and down the court. So let's try this. Matisse Thybulle, under half of an assist. That actually has a pretty strong edge. And then these plays would be positively correlated, right? And they both have value. So this is what I'm running. 3-man on Underdog Fantasy, 3-pick entry. So you can see Porter Jr., all these books have his under heavily favored. Let's see if there's any new live bets. Thibault seems to be the best play. Thibault seems to be the best play. So you look at Porter Jr., all these sports books, FanDuel, sharp books like Pinnacle, they all have his under heavily favored. Anyways, this would be a 3-man. 25 bucks is the max they give me. So Underdog, you know, it's obviously however you make money, you're going to get limited. I don't even think they're going to, dude, take the fucking bet, dude. So they're not going to take the bet. This exceeds your daily limit. Underdog is a parlay-only sports book, which is, I mean, you know, a little beat. I'm only going to be able to play it for 15 bucks. Also, if you're on YouTube, again, Twitch has a little bit less of a delay. Can you share what happened with your girl? Why is everyone so interested in my girlfriend, man? Yo, like, what the fuck is going on here? And it's already gone, I think. Yo, what is going on? So sometimes, like, there's massive mispricings on these books. Where the fuck is this, dude? Add the fucking bet. Zach LaVine over 3.5 threes. Add the fucking bet, dude. It may just be an error line on FanDuel that they ended up pulling down. Yeah, I don't even see it. I don't know. So with live betting, your hit rate is a lot lower. Whoa. It would be nice. I mean, obviously not. So here's just like a little, you know, arb between. It's not much profit, obviously, because DraftKings I'm max limited on. But, I mean, these books are just so out of sync. So, again, I just bet Gordon's under. Or, sorry, his over in PRAs, obviously, in my Underdog slip. But this is just if you wanted to guarantee a little risk-free profit. Between Novig and DraftKings, you're just day trading the books. Yo. And I think this play is solid on DraftKings. This I'm just going to run straight up. It doesn't even matter. Just some bullshit-ass limits. The only way to avoid limits is lose a ton of money. Crossed market, one of these two bets has to be profitable, right? If I can bet on Nemhard to go over on Novig at plus 133, bet is under on DraftKings minus 130 and guarantee a profit, one of those two bets has to be, you know, plus EV. And in this case, it seems like the value's on the DraftKings side. But anyways, DraftKings, like, typically I get pretty shit betting limits. Some bullshit. Oh, shit. Can you show Dabble? Yo, so someone wants to see the Dabble value. Jalen Pickett. If you wanted to run a Dabble slip, I would run Jalen Pickett under 3.5 assists. Kuzma under 31 PRAs. So again, all these sports books are located in different states, which obviously kind of sucks in some ways. Or what would I run on Dabble? Let me think. So if you wanted a Dabble slip, Pickett under in assists, Jalen Pickett under 4.5 assists, Kuzma under 31 PRAs. You can see all these books have his line at 30.5 with the under favored. And then I would run Thompson under 12.5 RAs. Yo. Rebet, please. Been asking for like an hour. Holy shit, bro. Dude. Do I cash out? Bro. Holy shit, man. Yo. Should I hedge Nemhard? Dude, do I fucking hedge Nemhard? Oh my gosh. Anyways, you guys are asking about rebet. Yo, hopefully some of you guys tailed this shit from the Discord. And hopefully they don't stat correct it. That's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy, dude. Nice job, Alex. I tailed that one. I hope we cash. Bro, there is nothing more fun. Take the $100 I make risk-free arbitrage betting, throw it on some crazy parlay. Dude, they better not stat correct Lundell. That's the only thing. Wow. That's fucking crazy. Anyways, let's keep going. And they better not stat correct this motherfucker. Yo, go like my tweet. You want to support me, man? Go like my fucking tweet. But just saying like the side you're hedging with could be a minus EV play. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to look at and, you know, to look for crossed markets. Whoo, baby. Fucking Andrew Nemhard. That shit is stressing me out. Oh, man. Anyways. Here's another line that just showed up on Dabble, right? If you are able to use Dabble, you could run this, Thompson, and then Kuzma under in PRAs. Right? So Dabble's another fixed payout sportsbook. You take his over, you take his under. You're going to get the same payout. I assume PrizePicks probably has Porter Jr. Where do they have him? Yeah, they have him lower at 7 rebounds. Makes us feel good, obviously, about getting under 7.5. Shit, man. But let's put in DraftKings again. So here's a kind of interesting play. Gary Trent Jr. This is just a DraftKings straight bet. They're only going to take $22. You got to be price conscious as a sports bettor, so you can see DraftKings, once again, only book with the over favored. Every other book has the under heavily favored. Damn, man. Sheesh. That's crazy. Shit, man. I did not expect to have these big of sweats on a Sunday night. Shit, man. Anyways, I'm going to get back to sports betting here in a second. It's always a little distracting. Oh, baby. What up, guys? What book do we want to look at? Thanks for the dabble slip. What happened with Nemhard? I don't think the game started yet. The Pacers game hasn't even started yet. But I just ran Gary Trent. I'm worried about a stat correction. That's the only thing with hockey is, like, I feel like they take these shot on goals pretty frequently. Nemhard, you know, that game starts in a couple minutes. Gordon was an ARB. What book has the best value on Nemhard under 3.5 rebounds? Let's see. Good question. I could hedge if I wanted to and obviously lock in a few $1,000 on that slip. I kind of want to see the hockey play officially settle, though, because, again, sometimes... Anyways. So... The best line you can get is Nemhard's under at -150 on Bet365. Then there's a bunch of -158s on like Bet Online, Rebet, whatever. But I'm obviously just going to let it live. Or sorry, I'm just going to let it live on. I'm gonna sweat out the parlay. So anyways, I'm done with Underdog for today. Already hit my daily betting limit. But what I was going to say is... What was I going to say, man? So again, all these bets, like one of these two bets has to be profitable. BetMGM is the much softer book. So in general, I would just say take the BetMGM side for all these plays. You know, like here, Jabari Smith crossed with Novig. They're going to give me some trash-ass limit. But I know one of these two bets has to be profitable by definition. Bet is over, bet is under, guarantee a profit. So I'm just going to run as under, and they'll probably give me some trash. BetMGM is pretty worthless, aside from live. Live and on mainline markets live, it's decent. But anyways, man. Maybe we'll do a PrizePick slip. Let's see if we can do another PrizePick slip. Yeah, what do we think? Let's see what we got on PrizePicks. So, let's rip it. Again, on PrizePicks, League of Legends correlation is pretty potent. It's pretty strong. So these plays are positively correlated, right? But we got to be careful and avoid a payout shift. Because again, here's a solid esports play. You know, you'll see every other sports book has this line at 14.5. But anyways, what I was going to say is, like, for a 5-pick, there's still a payout shift, right? Like, usually they give us a 10x payout if we go 5 for 5. They're reducing it to 7x. So for a 4-pick power, there's also a payout shift, but it's much less aggressive. So usually when you're correlating, it's like 4-pick power plays, 4-mans are the best type of slip. But anyways, Draymond already got bumped. We're doing another PrizePicks play, okay? We're doing another PrizePicks play. Fliff, there's not much value right now. Someone was asking about better. Better, there's not much value right now. I already got this play locked in on Gary Trent, so I'm just going to hide it. Kevin Porter over an assist. Meh, not thrilled about that. Not thrilled about this. Not thrilled about this. I mean, just nothing crazy, but let's see what we can do. So I got 3 picks on PrizePicks so far. Let's see what else we can do. Hi. What is the final pick we want to go with? Rebet, Pinnacle, Sports Interaction. Devers over 1.5 HRR was so free. I should have put that in my streak. Yeah, anyways. Let's finish this slip, okay? Let's see what we got. So this is all esports. Again, you are going to get a slight payout shift down to 9x, but I don't really give a fuck. I'm running it. So 2 positively correlated plays, Jackie Love and Cream under. I got some videos on YouTube kind of about correlation if you want to learn about it. So let's get it locked in. Can someone put the link in the chat to the PrizePicks play? Someone put the link in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's some solid line discrepancies, you know, kind of available right now. Sheesh. So on PrizePicks, they don't let me submit duplicate lineups. Interesting. But I can still do, that was just like a test. Yo, so someone's putting the link in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone putting the link in the chat. What happened with Nemhard? Bruh, the game hasn't started. The game has not started. Hoy. Anyways, we got a fucking sweat, man. We got a fucking sweat. So, Spurs game at timeout. Yo, come on, load. So, this is a great time to look for good live bets. Yo, come on. So again, BetMGM, you saw how heavily they limited me pre-match. Live, not bad. 120, 150 they're going to take. Right? So, this is actually... Take the fucking bet, bro. So here's another, you know, risk-free, 542 profit. DraftKings and MGM, such different odds. You just play equal and opposite outcomes. It's pretty easy because OddsJam has one-click bet. So, you know, run Spurs here. Run Blazers here. We're already in the 4th quarter. You know, this game's almost over. Second the game's over. I wish I could bet $500. I would have slammed that shit. But they only gave me 120, 150, which, I mean, I'm not going to complain. That's not horrible. Pretty easy, risk-free, $5 in profit. Wizards need to be relocated to the D-League. What's the D-League? Yo. Dude, wow. Okay. So now the game restarted, obviously. Here we go. So again, a lot of times, you know, what are you guys doing? So not all stoppages, you know, are created equal. So the Spurs game, Castles, you know, I usually wait for official timeout breaks. I mean, I try to get these plays locked in. Dude, why are you logging me out? So, holy. So here, you know, now the odds are adjusting a bit. But regardless, there's some pretty big opportunities you can get. What the fuck? So like here, I mean, and again, whenever there's a crossed market, this is the Cavs-Kings game. Are we still at stoppage? So we are. I mean, that's crazy, right? Kings plus 202, plus 118. Let's see how much BetMGM gives me. Fuck, I got to deposit more into BetMGM because I've already been placing a lot of bets today. Not going to be able to get it in. Fuck. I got to do that. Bro, no way. Someone's saying Lundell got stat corrected. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you fucking kidding me? No! Dude. Bro. They fucking stat corrected him, bro. That is so fucking beat. Couple more minutes. That is the worst stat correct I've had in a while. Or at least for the most amount of money. FanDuel made the call. Dude, fuck that. Anyways, man. That sucks. That really sucks. That really, really, really sucks. Fuck. But anyways. Dude, how do you do that type of shit? Why can't you just get the stats right the first time? Fuck. FanDuel made the call to the NHL. Dude, that is beat as shit. Bro, take shots. We still got a couple minutes left, but I got to stop focusing on this. Otherwise, it's impossible to place bets. That's fucking insane, dude. But anyways, let's see what we got. Fuck, man. Let's see what we can do. So, Thompson, you can also get him on better. I know some people were mentioning, you know, a better discount. So, if you haven't used the better discount, but I'm going to run this on DraftKings, so this I'm just going to take as a straight bet. Again, a parlay is just a combination of different plus EV bets, right? If a bet has an edge, the parlay is going to have an edge. So DraftKings is only going to take 31.49. You can see, seems solid. They're the only book with the under favored. Every other book has, you know, Fred VanVleet's over in RAs heavily favored. Could I only bet $1 then? Lundell got stat corrected. No. Bro, that's the most insane stat correction. How do you do that? Yeah, FanDuel made the call, man. Jeez. But that's lame as fuck for real. What's up? Yo, what's up, the helping friendly book? Some of you guys got some interesting Twitch usernames. Anyways, I locked this in. Fred VanVleet, over 8.5 RAs. You know, FanDuel, Bet Online. Granted, they only have a one-way market. All these books have his over heavily favored. So, fuck. What do we want to do? Damn it. Every once in a while, FanDuel will throw up a line that is very clearly insanely good, but they usually adjust them pretty quick. So this Bridges one got adjusted pretty fast. However, so another timeout break in this Spurs Trailblazers game. What is going on here? Whew. Dude, honestly, some pretty good NBA games today. I mean, all these games are reasonably close, and I don't really think they were expected to be. Bro. Anyways, the Pacers game's starting now, but unfortunately, this is fucking the craziest stat correction ever. But that's okay. Anyways, let's see what we got. Yo, and we have some games at halftime. So, for example, this game's at the half. Ryan Dunn threes, right? DraftKings and FanDuel, super out of sync. FanDuel, I have been getting, FanDuel I've been limited for a long time. Obviously, that sucks. They're only giving me $55 on this. But again, I consider it kind of picking up the free money. Just sitting here on my computer. Chill as fuck. Yeah, whoops. What are we doing? So it's not even really gambling. It's just kind of like day trading, right? Bet is over at plus 115. Go over to FanDuel. Bet is under at minus 110. Because they have such different odds, just lock in a little risk-free profit. Dude, what is going on in this Kings game, man? So now we have a timeout break in the Kings game. Unfucking believable. So DraftKings is only going to give me 66-13 on this. Kind of bullshit. And FanDuel already moved the line. So you got to be careful. You can see they added a little arrow down. So I missed this play. Which sucks. Because it would have been a nice juicy $7 risk free. But like, you know. So now we have an official review. Timeout. Is there anything we like? Shit. Dude, I don't want to hear anything about this game, bro. That is B as fuck. That is a crazy stat correction. It is a crazy, crazy beat stat correction. I'm hoping it doesn't hold. Hopefully they switch it back. Dude, I don't know. Do they ever stat correct players and give them more points? That's what I'm hoping for. Can't have my government name in the chat. I love grapes 21. I had to switch it up. Yo, they have him at 3 again. Oh! My God. You see that shit, bro? You see this shit right here? You see this 40 deep shot wrister shot on goal? Please be real. Please! Yo, please be fucking real, dude. Yo. Anyways. What you really want to see on FanDuel is them green it out. Alex, can we get you a better desktop layout? You could try. I don't know if I'm gonna accept you. Yeah, what the fuck does ESPN say? Someone's saying ESPN says. Let's see what we got. Damn, ESPN has him at 2. Yo, bro. Am I gonna get stat corrected fucking twice? Nemhard already has 2 boards. There are programs to help with this as a streamer. As someone with 850K followers, I can help your screen not be as jank, LOL. The Score and Real app have him at 3. Anyways, dude, I don't fucking know. Hopefully he gets another one just to like keep it safe. Oh man, get another one, man. Get off the app. Pickett has him at 3. Anyways, let's see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, shit. So here again, I mean, I've said this before. I don't know why this game is not at stoppage. This plus 180 looks crazy if we're able to actually get it in. And they already suspended it. Fuck. Anyways. Anyways, man. Yo, they scored. Anyways, I gotta pee. I'll maybe start a new live stream in a bit, but I'm gonna pee. And get some food in me, but maybe I'll stream again later. Anyways, appreciate everyone who joined. I had fun. I always have fun streaming. Is there anything else, man? Nothing else crazy. Some like small arbs and shit. But nothing worth, sitting on this stream for. Kind of lame day with all these games.